What's up, everybody, and welcome back to episode 5 now of the Vikings franchise. And last episode, we had a rough outing versus the Seahawks. Definitely have the season starting out on a sour note, but we did get a chance to see some of the backups play. We saw Kellen Mond, who decided to just chuck that thing up every single play. We did get back Antoine Whitehead this week. I'm hoping that does help our defense out, but I don't think that's going to change anything with our secondary. How we're going to start this video is I am going to do some of the scouting stuff, and we are also going to just sim a couple of games, just see where the season goes over the next couple of weeks to see where we want to stop and watch another game. And I've already done most of the legwork. I already know where I'm putting my scouts. I'll show the draft class for the first time, then we'll do some of the sims. So let's get into the scouting. We're going to do the regional scouting first. Of course, we are choosing. Okay, so obviously we can't pick the national scout yet, but I did hire the scouts. You can see we are going to do tier 3 quarterbacks. I just think that Kellen Mond is not going to be the guy. You know, after having the lazy offseason story that dropped him to a 66, I know it wasn't a big drop, but you're already a normal dev quarterback. I just don't know if there's much room for a quarterback who is a normal dev to really develop in this game. And I don't know if it's ever going to be to a point where he's going to be able to start for us, especially in the time frame that we're going to need him to start, which is probably going to be next year. Kirk Cousins, his contract is up. He's 77 overall. He's 34. We need a quarterback. So we're going to go all in on a quarterback this year at the national level. On the West, we are going to be doing left tackle. There's not much in the West, period, but I do want us to be able to have some type of information on some of the linemen. So we're going to set the West to left tackle. Central, we are going to be doing corner. There's actually a few good candidates in the Central in this draft class for the corner position, and it is something that, as you guys saw last game, we're going to need some assistance in soon. I don't know if Dantzler's going to be able to hold his own, and I don't know how much he's going to develop. So we're going to have to explore the corner position. In the Northeast, we're going to do wide receiver, and actually we're going to do wide receiver in 2 spots. The reason for that is we got Greer last time, and we saw that Osborne has some upside to him. But Thielen is going to be on his way out soon. He's getting up there. His contract is coming to an end. We're going to have to make a decision on whether or not to re-sign him if we want to. And also, does it make sense money-wise? Even if we do want to, can we? So we're going to double down on wide receiver. This is something I've never done before, but I thought, why not, right? It's going to take away from some of the stuff I can look at in the draft. But if I feel that there's an area that's huge, wide receiver is a strength in both of these. The best strength out there for these two positions, these two areas of the scouting area. So I decided let's just go ahead and just double down on it. So now we have 2 spots. We're doing wide receiver, a spot for the corner, a lineman, and then we'll do the quarterback as the national level. And that leads us to taking a look at the prospects. First, here's the scouts for the year. So I went ahead and got us tier 2 for the corner. He also gives us a little extra in the safety position. I'm not sure if that'll give us any extra unlock throughout the season. Maybe we can get some extra on some strong safeties. Same with our linemen. And then we're just going to do tier 1s for the wide receivers. And what I found after last draft is you guys heard me making a lot of comments about the catching, where all the receivers were they just didn't have good catching. I went and looked, and it looks like what I initially thought when I said that I might be wrong about this, it was true. D somehow means like mid 70s for catching. I'm not sure who made that rating or who set that, but I guess if there's small windows for which grade, right? If it's like 75 to 80 for A and 75 to 70 for B, or maybe 85 to 80. I'm not sure. But what I'm saying is it doesn't appear to be that it's that bad of of an outcome if they have a D rating in a catching or a C rating in a catching. So we're going to just hope that the amount we unlock here gives us just enough insight. We get a few extra attributes unlocked, and then we go the rest off of stories, which I saw last year. There was a lot of stories, guys. I had like 3 pages for stories in my little separate notes here. And I'm doing that again, of course, this year. I'll do that every year so I can know who it is that's going to be talked about in case that I don't scout that person. That at least we know this person had a story. And everybody knows that if you have a story, generally you have a higher percentage of landing somebody with either a hidden dev or maybe a good overall to start. Now let's take a look at this scouting class. As you can see, there's a few quarterbacks listed for the top 5. 2 of them, Jerry McLeod, Taylor Hopkins, and then we also have Caleb Byron and Roland Abbott in round 1, and I guess you could throw Hunter Patton in there out of Clemson. After seeing last game and seeing how Kirk Cousins just sort of stood in the pocket, I'm a little concerned for these quarterbacks because none of these guys are mobile. None of the big names are. I think Hunter Patton is the only one who's considered mobile. I believe either Byron or Abbott has where they're balanced. Patton is scrambling for sure. These guys are pocket quarterbacks, and one of these guys is pocket, and one of these guys is the balanced. Okay, so Byron exclusively plays from the pocket. So it must be Abbott then who's balanced. Yep, we'll break pocket occasionally. Okay, so Abbott might be a guy we want to look at, but if our season is any indicator, we might not be picking that far back in the draft, guys. We might have a pretty high pick. So those are the quarterbacks. I do intend on taking one in the first round as long as we have a solid option. If one of these guys is available and the draft stories and whatnot plays out, I think that's where we're going to have to go, is quarterback in the first round. We can go over running backs, but I highly doubt we're going to end up taking one. We just took Strickland last year. We have Cook, we have Madison, we have Nwanu. I don't see us taking a running back whatsoever. I might take a random one at some point just because I like drafting running backs. Fullbacks we're not even going to look at. Wide receivers, like I said, this is a position that we're really going to be focusing on. So I did the Northeast and the Southeast for them. So let's just take a look at the guys in this area. So Northeast, we have Sergio Romero, Deontay Richard, Oscar McCann, Derek Wilcox, Diego Espinoza, Walt Grimes for the draftable prospects. And then in the Southeast, we have Ty Torrance, Jamarcus Means, Brian Judge, who already has a story out on him, Khalid Benford, Nick Johnson, Jason Johnson, Shaquille Richardson, Deion Milner, Josh Wilds, Dwight Weathersby, and Brendan Carradine, all as draftable receivers. And a couple of these guys fit the mold. You guys know, I've said it before, I like big-bodied receivers, so there's a few guys in here. Now, Brian Judge had a story already. Like I said, he got hurt already, and he's out for the season. So we're probably not going to see much from him at all for stories. We might not see anything for like 40 yards, like the combine and all that. But a lot of the times what I've seen is when these guys get injured, they end up coming in with a pretty good overall. They're one of those sleeper picks. So definitely somebody we're going to have to keep an eye on is Brian Judge out of South Carolina. The left tackles in the West, like I said, there's really nothing out here, but there is at least a couple of options that we can look at. Santiago Sanchez, Tom Folds, and Xavier Peterson. There's not much for tackles, but the ones that were around, as you can see, look at left tackles themselves are just not much. There's just not much there. So we actually got a good chunk of the ones that are out here. I wanted to do D tackle this year, but there's another gripe of mine with this scouting update is there's no D tackle scout that is not a tier 3. So unless you're going full bore at D tackles, you cannot scout them. It's just, I mean, you can, right? You can scout any position you want, but I'm saying to take advantage of the completion and the extra percentage you get for these scouts, there's just nobody available. So I just went somewhere else. I'm hoping that I can, as we go through these drafts, I can start picking up on things to look for outside of the people that I scout, because there's a lot of good D tackles. I'm still not sure where I plan on targeting after the first round. And honestly, I don't even really know what the first round is going to be. I do want a quarterback in the first round, but I don't know if one's going to be there. It depends on where we pick. I don't think we need to go linebackers at all. We went with 3 of them last draft. And then corners, which were the central ones. The top guy, Alphonso Stevens, is in the central out of Wisconsin. You guys know how I feel about Wisconsin if you know who I am from the RFL. And then we have Terrell Slay, Carl Hopkins, another Wisconsin guy, Devin Murphy, Mac Blaylock, Brian Gabriel, another Wisconsin guy, Alex Macklin, and Sidney Blanton. How many Wisconsin corners are in this draft class? We're just going to take them all. I'm just kidding. And there is a couple of strong safeties. So I'm hoping that we get some extra. We are getting the completion on the strong safeties as well, which is a good thing that we're getting it on both positions. At least then we can get more on extra positions. So a few guys to look at there as well. Overall, this class looks like it's strong at quarterback, wide receiver, and corner from what I've been seeing and from what the nationwide thing tells me. Delroy Cobbs would be an awesome pick, but again, I don't think we're going to be picking. If we're picking this high, we're taking a quarterback. I just don't agree with taking a left guard in the top 5 unless there's absolutely nothing else we need. There is a few corners high up there, so I probably won't be able to get these guys, but you never know. You never know what might happen. Hey, we might make a trade and get an extra pick. I don't know yet. We need to unload some type of contracts this year, so there's a lot of options open for us, especially if we continue to have a bad year. We might really have to take a look at some of these older guys and see if we need a full-on rebuild or not. And by full-on rebuild, I mean, taking a look at a guy like Dalvin Cook. It sounds crazy, but, I mean, he's 27. Can you imagine the haul we could get for him? I don't want to do that, but if we can see enough out of Madison to continue to carry the ball, and if we do decide that we're going for a full rebuild, it might be our only option to really capitalize on draft stock for the future. There's a few guys in the linebacker position I'm still keeping an eye on, and some guys at the end positions for D tackle that I'd like to keep an eye on. And we'll go more deep into this as we go throughout the season and learn more about the prospects. I just wanted to give you guys a quick rundown of them. And now that we've done that, I think it's time for us to go ahead and sim a couple of these games and just see what we end up doing. So we got the Cowboys in week 2. Man, they have a really good offense. 88 offense. I think Ezekiel Elliott is back from his injury. We still got Madison out for 2 weeks. And we're taking on the Cowboys, who... Ooh, yes. So Elliott's still out, and so is Lyle Collins, the right tackle. This could be a spot for us to get our first win of the season. We're going to sim a few weeks and see how things play out that way first. Let's do our weekly strategy. At least try to set the team up for success. And honestly, guys, I think I might not do the live playbooks again. I thought there was a lot of passing, but I don't know. We'll see. I'll probably run a game without the live playbooks and see if I can see a big difference. And if it looks worse, then I'll just turn them back on. But I guess I didn't really give it enough time to see without the live playbooks in a regular season game to know for sure if I want to do that. I say we do short pass again. And on offense, you can see here there was 16 carries on the inside. They gave up 68 yards, 14 carries for 60 yards on the outside, 3 for 10 over the middle against them, 14 of 19 over the middle. So we might go short game on both sides. Blitz touchdowns. I don't know what that means. Oh, they gave up a touchdown on the blitz. Well, we did too. Russell Wilson. I think we're going to try throw it short this week. Yeah, we'll do that. And then we have Jefferson, Darisaw, and Whitehead currently as our upgrade guys. I want to keep working on Darisaw, and I definitely want to keep working on Jefferson. I wish we had these guys on the bottom, the extra focus players unlocked, because I want to get Strickland and well, I was going to have Mondin, but now that he's fallen after that story, I don't know if I want to keep, I don't know if I want to waste the training on him, to be honest. I'd rather do it on a guy like Greer or maybe Barnes, the tight end. So we'll just leave it at these 3 for now. Allow 2 passing touchdowns, less than 2 passing touchdowns. Well, we'll try it, but I doubt that's going to work. All right, let's just get the training done with. See if we get some upgrades before simming. So we got that. Oh, and we can upgrade some players. Let's see. Who's getting upgraded? Oh, Chris Boyd. He needs some man coverage. And Troy Dye. We'll do pass coverage for him there because he plays more on the outside than he does the inside. And I forgot to tell you guys, after the Seahawks loss, I had one of those, weekly game plan press conference things. And because we lost 5 play rec on all defensive players this week. So with this high-powered offense and with that working against us, we might be in for some trouble. All right, so the training's done. We did the college player stuff. Let's go ahead and let's just sim this week and see what happens. Do we get our first win or do we fall to 0-2? Okay, so we get our first win. We won 31-17. Let's check out the stats here. So Kirk Cousins threw for 300 yards and 2 touchdowns. We held Dak Prescott to less than 300 yards and 1 touchdown. Dalvin Cook had a pretty decent day. Nuanu. Oh, look at this. Strickland had 2 more touchdowns, guys. Oh, man. Strickland is going to be good. I like this kid. Receiving, Amari Cooper led the way, 7 for 84. Jefferson, 5 for 72. Osborne, 5 for 65. Okay. So not a bad day for our offense. What about defense? Defense. Did we get any sacks? We got 2 sacks. 1 from Kendricks and 1 from Pierce. We didn't get any interceptions. We get any fumbles? No fumbles for either side. So we get the win 31-17, so that's good. We got the Patriots next. That was a Monday night game too. And you guys see here down at the Packers, I'm wondering if maybe we just sim all of these games to the Packers. I mean, of course, go through each week. But that might be a good game to pick up on next because there's a lot of good matchups later in the season that we might want to watch, like at the Bears. I want to watch the Dolphins game because of Zachary Farr. See the rookie quarterback. I think that would be a good game for us to see. The Lions might be a good one, depending on what the record is. They have Cortland Sutton now. The Jets, we played them in preseason. They beat us. That could be a good revenge game. Football team, they have Deshaun Watson. That might be a game we want to watch. There's a lot of good games this year. So I think we will sim to week 7. And we'll pick up there for the first Packers game. It depends on the schedule or our record. But I think that'll be a good spot for us to really pick things up at. So let's check now for stories. Okay, so Jamie Edwards has been biding time waiting to be the starting quarterback at Kansas, and his opportunity has finally arrived. I really like that. Quarterback Hunter Patton, that was the guy we were talking about before, and Ryan Borden traded blows, but ultimately it was Patton who threw the game-winning touchdown pass. We already know about Enrique Jenkins, but this is, I don't think I said this to you guys. This was the first story I saw. Enrique Jenkins has Richmond's defense on the map and himself rising up teams' draft boards. That's something I already put down, and let's see on here, nothing on the reactions. Okay. We're not even going to look at the mock draft. That doesn't even make sense. And we get a first chance to see who we have to re-sign this year. Let's take a look at the players to... Okay, already you can see that we have some big shoes to possibly fill this year. We have Dalvin Tomlinson, Laken Tomlinson, Irv Smith Jr., Garrett Bradbury, Alexander Madison, Kirk Cousins, Bashad Breeland, Oli Udoh, Jerron Christian, Metellus, Watts, and Boyd. So right off the bat, I think that we can say Kirk Cousins is probably done here. There's no way I'm paying him $16 million. If he asks for a much lesser contract after this season and we really need it, I'll consider it. But as of right now, it's not going to happen. Madison is a guy that I feel we need to bring back. Bradbury. See, this could be a guy we try to make a trade for or we might try to trade away. If our season starts going down the hatchet, we could potentially flip him for some picks in the last year of his contract and let some other team try to sign him. He's already 27. He's a 78. We know how linemen go when it comes to upgrading. Tomlinson could be a guy we bring back depending on what he's asking for. And, well, Dalvin Tomlinson might be a guy we want to bring back. But it's going to really depend on these contracts because... Okay, so our cap room is going to clear up this year. And that's all thanks to Kirk Cousins getting the heck out of here. So we can get back on track now, but we're going to have to get through this season first. And now we're up to the New England 2-0. We get some more upgrades. Oh, there we go. This is some good ones. Derek Barnes. He's going to get an upgrade. I think I might want to do vertical threat, though. Yeah, I think we should do vertical threat. His deep road is really bad. Oh, and he gets +2? Oh, he gets the... okay, that's why. Nice upgrade for him there. Tyler Conklin also gets it. We'll do possession. Yeah, our backup tight end, all of our tight ends, they're not the best rated, but all of them are actually pretty good. I like most of them. We got to try to get Mon better at decision making. Right now, he's just a scrambler. James Lynch. And Cam Dantzler's going to get one. There we go. He needs some zone. So we'll do zone for him. There we go. Awesome. Can we knock off the 2-0 Patriots and Mac Jones? No, we can't. Nope. Not today. 31-27. At least it was a close game. Let's take a quick peek at the stats to see where things finished up. So Mac Jones had a pretty good game. We didn't even get 200 passing yards out of Cousins and an interception. Very bad day for passing the ball for us. Mac Jones had some really good success. So apparently Madden doesn't know what it's talking about, telling us to do the medium passing. So we're not going to listen to them anymore. Dalvin Cook. Where did this come from? 183 yards, 2 touchdowns on only 21 carries. And we still lost. That's crazy. Strickland gets another touchdown. This guy's going to be like have 10 touchdowns by the end of the year just because he's on the goal line. Not much for passing the ball at all. Justin Jefferson had 1 catch for 16 yards. Defensively, we got no sacks. Not a single sack against a pocket quarterback. That is horrible. Wow, this team is in a rough spot right now, guys. I'm really surprised we beat the Cowboys. All right, let's check here for stories for the draft. Nothing new there for this draft. Oh, Perry Brock's juke moves makes my ankles sore. Okay. All right, then. We'll add that to the list. Perry Brock is hurting Charles Davis's ankles. I know Perry Brock is a running back. I remember seeing him do that. Doesn't actually say his position there, but I remember seeing him listed as a running back. We got some more upgrades. Xavier Woods. I really like Xavier Woods. I think we need to keep doing zone with him. We haven't gotten any breakout scenario at all yet. Did they take that out of the game this year? Or was our team just too bad to even get them? We didn't even get one last year. Or last season, I mean. I keep saying last year. I guess last year makes sense. You guys know what I mean by last year. We got a player meeting. Let's see what's going to happen. Kirk Cousins looks weird in this game. My character looks weird too. Stress the team that it's imperative that we take care of the ball and be the team capitalizing off mistakes rather than being the ones making them. Yeah, that's for sure. Beat the Eagles and commit 1 or fewer turnovers. Well, we'll see if the Madden gods are on our side then. QB1 check-in. We just talked to Kirk Cousins. I guess we're talking to him again. Coach, your team has struggled out of the gate so far, and when that happens, a lot of blame is usually placed on the quarterback. Who needs to step up? Well, I mean, honestly, it seems like more the defense than the quarterback. I know Cousins had a rough game last week, but he didn't have a bad game in week 1 or in week 2. So I think we're going to have to say the team. Yeah, we're going to go team because I can't blame Cousins for what's been happening. I mean, last game he had a bad game, but The defense has been really bad. Okay, and beat the Eagles. Okay, that's not bad. Get this training done. Nope, see, now we're starting to hit that fatigue where we're getting +3s and whatnot, so I might have to go and adjust it to half pads for a little bit. I think when I first talked about this, I said go to backups, but what I meant to say was I go to half pads after a while, and that usually brings guys back to the plus side of things for fatigue. Okay, upgrade players is done. There we go. Oh, Christian Darrisaw getting one. That's what I like to see. Let's get this agile one up because that's what kind of offense we run. Okay, and he got some to pass. Okay, that's good. See, he's getting there. Pass blocking needs to come up hardcore. So does run blocking. I don't know why he is so down in the dumps. Is it his morale? Yeah. Well, no, it says it's not affecting his overall. But is just 48 morale now enough to drop their ratings? Wow. I didn't know that. Kene Nwanu. Well, of course, elusive back. Not going to make him a power back. Jalen Twyman. Bring him up to some power rushing. And Mike Hughes. And we definitely need some zone with. Yep, I remember this. His zone was really, really bad. So we'll bring zone up. Hopefully that gives him like a +3. We get a +3. Exactly what I wanted. There we go. Okay. And we already checked the stories. There was nothing new there. We already talked about Perry Brock hurting Charles Davis's ankles. So Alexander Madison is back. So we're probably not going to see Strickland getting multiple touchdowns a game anymore. But that's okay. Okay, so let's go ahead and we'll sim this week. Can we beat the Eagles and get back to 500? We do. Oh, wow, 14-12. That must have been a rough game. We must not have allowed a touchdown then. Let's take a look. See what happens. We did allow a touchdown. Both quarterbacks threw 2 interceptions. Man. I go and I don't blame Kirk Cousins, and then he gives us this kind of a performance. And the team picked us up. Cook had 74 yards. Definitely nothing close to last game. Madison didn't really get much of anything. Yeah. Receiving-wise, Justin Jefferson at least broke 100 yards and a touchdown. That's awesome. Defensively, we must have had some good stuff happen defensively. Daniil Hunter with 3 sacks. Martin Jefferson gets 1.5 sacks. Barr and Kendricks and Tomlinson. Who else? Mike Hughes. Oh, no, just Tomlinson. Get half sacks. Oh, where am I going? We got 2 interceptions. 1 from Harrison Smith, 1 from Eric Kendricks. That makes, I think, 2 for Kendricks on the season. So overall, defensive game. And we come out on top. That's awesome. Now let's see. Was there any stories? Nothing there. Nothing there. So no new stories. Let's see what we get for these. Did we get anything good? Okay. Okay, so the entire team got extra XP. That's always appreciated. And QB1 check-in. Look at that. Another 25. So everybody just got 3,500 XP. That's awesome. And we got upgraded players. Oli Udo. Matt Greer's going to get his first upgrade. I feel like his route running is where we need it the most. Yeah. Josh Metellus. I think I did zone last time for him, right? I'm going to do it again. He's gotten 2 upgrades now. Where's Cameron Bynum? Why is he not getting upgrades? Oh, there he is right down the list. I should have just shut my mouth. ISM will give him some route running as well. Oh, he gets released. That's good. Chaz Surratt. We're going to do pass coverage with him. I want him to be able to cover if need be. He gets +3 to zone. That's good. Cameron Bynum. We're going to keep working him on zone. Cameron Bynum is actually a really good story. I don't know if you guys watch the Vikings much, but they talked about his story last week during the game. I don't remember exactly what the story was, but I just know that he worked really hard to get here, and that I've actually become a fan of his off of that. And he's also been playing phenomenally well. I wish I would have started this franchise about a month later, because he probably is going to have a lot better of a rating in Madden soon. I would hope so, if they're paying attention anyway. I can't really skip these either, because I don't always agree with the way Madden upgrades these guys. So I have to do them myself to make sure that they get the spots where I want them to be improved upon. Everybody's got low morale. Why? Jefferson gets his first upgrade, our first round pick. Okay. So that's where we're at now. We're in week 5. We're going to get to week 7 before we wrap this up. And then once we get to week 7, we'll make sure that week 7 game against the Packers is our next video. All right. Upgrade players again. This could be our chance this week to get to 3-2. I mean, obviously it is, but I mean, the matchup we have is ideal. The New York Giants are 1-3. KJ Osborne. I love when these younger guys that we're really trying to develop get these upgrades, man. It just makes me excited. Twyman's getting another one. There we go. I really want Twyman to succeed. When they were talking about him in the offseason, these guys, obviously he's not going to be, but they were comparing him to pretty much Aaron Donald, like with his play style. And Derek Barnes gets another one. We're going to do vertical threat again. He's up to a 75. He's going to overtake Smith, I think, by the end of the year. Oh, he got one to speed? You don't see that too often. Yeah, we need to get his route running up, though. I really don't care about his blocking stats. Like, I know I should, but I just don't. We will keep an eye out on college players. Let's check to see if there was any... Nope, still nothing new on this end. So we're not missing anything there. Manage staff. Oh, wow, we have a lot of points. We got to spend them. I'm into this franchise, guys. I don't know. I mean, I'm recording right now. This is a Sunday that I'm recording this on. And my Vikings are actually playing right now. And I didn't even care. I just wanted to record this. That's weird. I'm recording my Vikings franchise while neglecting my actual Vikings team. Players ready to negotiate. I don't think I want to try to re-sign anybody yet. Let's go ahead. Let's see what happens to us and the Giants. Come on, let's get another win. We get the other win, 35-31, an absolute shootout it looks like. Let's take a look at the stats for that game. Okay, look at that. 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. So a good game for Kirk Cousins. How do I decide to run the ball, right? We decided to run inside, and that's the game we don't run. Oh, okay, we did with Madison. 12 carries for 62 yards. It's just... Wow, we did a lot of running, and it was really broken up. I actually like that. But why? Did Cook get hurt? How much you want to bet he got hurt? There's no way our third running back should have 11 carries. That was strange. Osborne got in the end zone. We're not spreading the ball. We're not getting the ball to Jefferson still, which I don't like. Did we get any sacks? Nope, not a single sack. But Xavier Woods got 2 picks. That's awesome. New one for Ty Torrance. One of the receivers we're actually looking at would not be denied from coming down with a touchdown over 3 defenders. Undoubtedly the play of the week. And let's see, a prospect spotlight. Now, usually these are way off base. So let's just see what they have to say. Free safety Von Burney. Has anybody ever drafted the guy that the GM tells you to draft? Do you get anything extra for doing that? Or is it honestly just a waste of a thing? Does it... if you draft the guy the GM wants you to draft, do they have an extra dev or something? Is there any type of benefit to it? If so, let me know, because I don't know. I've never done it myself. But before we get too far, then let's just take a look at Von Burney. Okay, so Von Burney's second to third round talent. I don't think we're going to be going after him, but we'll keep him in mind, I guess. Okay, crisis in confidence. This is one I don't remember seeing before. Hey coach, I haven't been as productive as I was hoping to be this year. Having a big game might help me get back on track. What do you think? See, I hate these because I'm going to treat this as such as the last year's. I'm going to say no. I can't guarantee that, man. I'm sorry. Each week we draw up the game plan. It's with intent to do what it takes to win the game, not force feed players to keep them entertained. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, Adam, as much as I love you right now. Entertain me? Are you serious? I want to make plays which would help the team, and this is how I get treated? Whatever, coach. Oh, great. What do you have, like negative 15 morale now? Wow, Adam Thielen. Mr. Minnesota. I see how it is. We got a weekly award. That must be Woods, huh? Yep, Woods. And he had a touchdown on it, too. Nice. Okay, so... Oh, we got a new injury. Was that Dalvin Cook? Yep. Oh my God, he's out for 12 weeks? See, this is what I was talking about, guys. When I was saying we might have to make a decision on Cook. He's 27. This happens every single franchise I run with him. He gets hurt for a long time. Every time, without fail. And I mean, that's true to him, in real life. I love Dalvin Cook as a player. I think he's a phenomenal player, but he's always getting hurt. I just don't know if I can keep up with it. Now we have to put him on IR. But we don't have enough cap right now. So I can't even, sign anybody to replace him. At least I don't think so. I'll take a look at my salaries, but I'm pretty sure we're still in the negative. Yeah, we're still negative. I can't do anything for him. Man, that's nuts. What would happen if... Let me just take a look at salaries here. Savings. Actually, I know who I'm looking at here. See, Bradbury doesn't even save us any money. It honestly just costs us money, which is weird because he's in the last year of his contract. So you don't think it shouldn't cost us money, but it does. So we're sort of just SOL on that front. Adam Thielen costs us money. Everybody costs us money. Nobody saves us money. That's why we're in such a rough spot. All of these things that we could do, the only one is trade away Kirk Cousins. But at this point, he's the only reason our offense is staying afloat half the time. We have Kellen Mond in there. Are you kidding me? I mean, yeah, our offense would be completely, our caps would be fine, but it just doesn't pay. So we're going to have to just deal with it, We're going to have to roll with it how it is. So there it is. So we're going to have to go ahead and that's going to make that Packer game a heck of a lot more interesting. But you guys know what that means. It's going to be Montez Strickland time. Of course, Madison will start. Strickland is going back to power back. And then we'll have Madison at third down. And this is going to be Madison's time to shine. It really is. And let's just take a look at some of these contracts now before we get to our last week. This is going to be the last game we sim for this video. Oh, we can't even do that until next week with him. So we'll wait till next week. We'll wait till next week then. Okay, I lied. Okay. So weekly strategy. We are going to focus on the running game in this one because they don't have a quarterback. They have Ian Book. And I just don't think that's something we really have to worry about. So we're going to defend the inside run. And I think we are going to pass it short because that was working better for us. So should we try medium? I just feel like our receivers are better. Yeah, we're going to try medium. It might backfire on us completely, but we're going to give it a shot. I'm also going to change this to Bynum because I would really like to have him build up some more. We get some more upgrades. Dalvin Tomlinson, that's going to help, especially this week, playing Alvin Kamara. Christian Darrisaw, like to see it. We're going to do another one with Pass Pro because his pass blocking as a whole is horrible. And we don't even get it anyway. Awesome. Mason Cole, we'll just do, whatever. Agile. James Lynch. Kellen Mond is actually getting another upgrade point. I like that. They're actually letting him, get upgraded. That's awesome. Where is his ratings really bad? Deep and medium accuracy is where it's the worst. His awareness, of course. So I say we do field general or maybe strong arm. Yeah, let's do strong arm. He gets up +1. Throw accuracy mid, throw under pressure, and throw power. So that's not too bad of an upgrade for him. Justin Jefferson. We're going to do deep throw with him. And he gets an extra release out of it. Awesome. All right. So we are going into our last game that we are simming. I know this hasn't been a very exciting video, but these are the things that I like to do as well, is just look through the league and see. We'll also take a quick peek at the stats after this game to see who's playing and how well they're playing throughout the league. All right, let's go ahead and get to week 7. And we fail to beat the Saints. 19-13. Let's see what happened in this one. We let Ian Book throw for 2 touchdowns and 282 yards. That's what happened in this one. That's crazy. And Kirk Cousins got outplayed by Ian Book, a 63 overall quarterback, while not taking a sack. Anthony Spitzer, who is the drafted rookie, has a 100-yard game. Michael Pierce got a sack. Wow. I don't know if that's just the sim or me choosing my trainings wrong. Maybe it was the medium passing that did it. I don't know. But either way, that sucked. Let's take a look at the league-wide as a stats standing and just see where everybody's at. All right, so let's take a look at the passing stats. Mahomes leading the way, Matt Ryan, Josh Allen, Tom Brady, and Zachary Farr. Look at that. 15 touchdowns to 1 interception. Wow. Okay. Justin Fields is up there. Deshaun Watson playing pretty good. Trevor Lawrence still playing bad. How are you still playing bad? You have such good players on your team, dude. Cut your hair or something. Is that the problem? Daniel Jones isn't playing much better. I'm wondering if this is just, playbook stuff. Nick Chubb leading the way of the running game. Derrick Henry not far behind. I'm really surprised that he has so few touchdowns. James Robinson has been leading the way for the Jaguars, it seems. Trey Sermon having a pretty good year so far. Terry McLaurin with a brand new quarterback. He's having a good season. DK Metcalf, we gave him a lot of those stats. Jimmy Randall, a rookie wide receiver, leading the way for the Cowboys. Now, this is what I love, man. I love following these stories and seeing this is a 71 overall player, and he's leading. He's a top 5 receiver in our season right now for the Cowboys. That's crazy. Cortland Sutton having a good season. Okay. All right. So let's we'll go, and I want to see where people are standing in terms of the standings themselves. Okay. So the Broncos are undefeated behind Teddy Bridgewater. That is not something I expected. Look at the immediate impact Deshaun Watson had on the football team. Seahawks are 4-2, Packers are 4-2, Bears are 4-2, Falcons. This is a really good year so far for some teams that we didn't expect to happen. Texans 3-3. I'm surprised they've won 3 games. We're in a pack of about 10, 12 teams at 3-3. The Chiefs are 2-4? So are the Titans? The Dolphins? How is Zachary Farr having a phenomenal year and yet his team has only won 1 game? That must be lack of defense. Raiders haven't won a game yet. Wow. Yeah. All right, so that was a lot. There was no game. There was nothing really going on, but just sort of a let's sim, see what happens, and keep track of the league type of thing. I won't post too many of these videos if this is not something guys want to see. Let me know if you enjoyed this or if you'd rather just me play the games. I can always do this on my own time, but I really enjoy this part of it, seeing the whole world that we've created in our franchise. And next game, you can see we got Green Bay 4-2, 3-3. A huge game for us, and we're on the road. It's going to be a tough matchup, but we're actually pretty evenly matched, to be honest. So I can't wait for the next one. Hopefully we can come out on top. Again, let me know what you guys think of this video in the comments. And as always, please make sure to hit that subscribe button if you like what you're seeing. And leave a like. That would be really appreciated. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.